It's Anime April, and Dallas and I are trying to catch up on some of the anime that we had been watching but we got behind, and as a result, we just finished Season 1 of Mashle. Through the final story arc of Season 1, we are introduced to two characters, Abel and Abyss. Abel is a powerful student who's head of one of the houses, and he sees Abel, and he sees potential in him. So he decides that he's going to use him to further his agenda. And he tells Abel, "You will be my tool." Today on Geek Devotions, we're going to talk about the need for encouragement. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I'm Celeste, and we are so glad that you have hit play today. Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this to someone if you think that they need it, because that can be a form of encouragement too. Like we said in the intro, the last few episodes, we see how much impact Abel's words had on Abyss. He's had a lot of rejection, and no one really wanted to be friends with him because of his eye and the power it gives him, and it's all, basically they think he's creepy. In a world full of magic, they think he is creepy. Abel does this and uses his power that ends up doing things that makes them bad guys. But at the same time, when you get some of Abel's backstory, you realize that he's not being a bad guy to be a bad guy. He's being a bad guy because he thinks it's what's right, which is a little bit scarier, honestly, but it turns out okay. You also see that his mother, Abel's mother, had encouraged him, and he just kind of misunderstood the encouragement. But there were seeds that were planted that had taken root in him because of that encouragement that would eventually cause change. In both of these two boys, we see the power of encouragement. Abel encourages Abyss, and as a result, he's able to use his powers to Abel's own advantage, but he still encourages him when no one else really was. Abel's mom encourages him, and as a result, he ends up not being a bad guy. There's a lot of potential for more character growth there. Hebrews 10:24-25 says this: "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near." Encouraging others is something we are told to do. We're meant to help fellow believers by encouraging them in God. Now, part of that is that you have to be able to see their life. You have to be a part of what they're doing in order to be able to encourage them and see the things that God's put there. But even if it's just somebody that you've met once, you can go, "Hey, you seem to be really good at that." Or you really do this well. But there are things that we can do to encourage somebody, and you never know when it's going to change somebody's day. Now, obviously, we have to be careful with how we are encouraging people, because we want to encourage them to good works. And then also, we have to be careful on who we're letting influence us with the encouragement, because Abyss ultimately was not doing great things because Abel had encouraged him and had this hold on him, I guess, because he was the first person to show him kindness. And Abyss did not have the emotional or spiritual maturity to go, I appreciate that you see that in me, but that's wrong. So we have to be careful with how we're encouraging somebody. But like I said, we also have to be careful with who's encouraging us. At the same time, we see that his mom was encouraging him to do good things, and he just kind of took it the wrong way. And that happens sometimes, but as long as your intent is to encourage them towards godly things, God will honor that. But again, encouragement is so important. That's a lot of what we do here at Geek Devotions. We want to encourage people to be who God created them to be. That's a big tenet of our church, is creating people to be who God created them to be and helping them to know their purpose. And as a result, that kind of comes out of Dallas and I. But we legitimately just want y'all to know that you're loved, that God loves you, and that he has a plan and a purpose for you. And the way we do that is encouraging a lot of times. Okay, guys, that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check us out on all the socials. Also, keep an eye on our website. We're going to have a guest on the YouTube side of things, but we're also going to have some articles coming out. We've already had a few. I read the first issue of the Naruto ramen. Not Naruto ramen. The Naruto manga. There's a shop in town called Naruto Ramen, and I said the wrong thing. I need ramen. Dallas, can we go get ramen? But we have things coming out on our website all the time. You should go check it out. We also have an episode of We Read Allegedly, all the podcast things. Just go to the website, check it out. Share this video with someone who you think needs encouragement. Okay, guys, it is now time for the question of the week. Question of the week is this. What anime are you trying to catch up on right now? We have a lot going on, so we're trying to catch up on Mashle. And I'm starting Dragon Ball Z for the first time. We're like a disc and a half in. And then there's one on Crunchyroll that I really want to start, but it's really old. And I'm so behind on Black Clover. So many animes and not enough time. Okay, guys. With